All right, and we are back from that commercial break, and we thank all the youth of Adele who joined us for that panel talk. As advertised, we hope to pick it up from next week and get to the bottom of the issues. In the meantime, I did mention one extra plus issue, didn't I? All right, here it is. Before we introduce our next guest, let us watch this short video. Where's that? 1 second. Let's watch this video.
Particularly the suffering of innocent civilians, especially women and children, are heartbreaking. They are a painful reminder that behind every headline and every statistics, there are human lives, people who long for peace, dignity, and hope. In this regard, the government of Ghana is pleased to extend a humanitarian donation of about 40 metric tons of premium Ghana-made chocolate and cocoa-based products under the distinguished Golden Tree brand to the people of the state of Palestine. This donation is both symbolic and practical. It is symbolic because cocoa is one of Ghana's most treasured natural commodities. It represents a significant source of economic livelihood for millions of Ghanaian farmers and families, and embodies our national values of resilience, warmth, and generosity. It is practical because cocoa is a powerful superfood. It is rich in antioxidants and vitamins. It supports the immune system. It promotes cardiovascular health and enhances brain function and emotional well-being. It is also a natural energy booster and a vital source of essential minerals, particularly from iron and magnesium, which are crucial for women and children's health. Cocoa has also been found beneficial in the management of hypertension. We sincerely hope that these cocoa products will provide comfort, nourishment, and a tangible expression of our solidarity to the families facing unimaginable hardship.
Okay, so the government of Ghana, represented by the president, made a donation of Golden Tree chocolate and other cocoa products to the people of Gaza. What's the significance? What exactly does this mean? Is it even anything but an eyelid over? Let's bring on Dr. Kojo Oppong-Wadie to examine the significance of this gesture. Doc, if you're ready, please activate your camera so we can start the discussion, please. Dr. Oppong-Wadie, we're waiting for Doc to activate his camera so we can start. In the meantime, let's go for a refreshing spot of Agbaja dance. Charlie, what a beautiful dance. Anyhow, let's bring on Dr. Kojo Oppong-Wadie. Dr. Kojo Oppong-Wadie is an educationist, an author, and I can't even begin to say, a personal mentor as well. Thank you, Doc, for joining us for this one. Thank you very much. And I'm sure you saw the video that we just played.
Yeah, but before we even go into the video, I also want to talk a little bit about the dance that we just saw. I thought
Oh, let's go ahead. By
that
all
was
means.
a really beautiful dance, and if I'm not mistaken, that was on the premises of the Kwame Nkrumah mausoleum, which
Hmm.
has been, um, I would say, renovated. And I think it's a beautiful thing to be
Yep.
showcasing all the diverse aspects of Ghanaian culture
Hmm.
to the world at such a location. So I'm glad that you began the program with that. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I take that as a compliment. And I
Yes, it
really,
is.
if
Yes,
I could hang it, I would hang it somewhere in the studio so everybody could see it. Thank you very much. And it's also being executed by the Minister of Culture, Tourism and Culture,
okay,
Mama Gan Ablajifa Gomashi,
right, right,
also
right.
a personal friend of mine. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
she does it beautifully,
Abs-
right? Remember, she's a professional, you
Indeed,
know, performing
indeed.
artist. So no,
Yes,
it's not shocking that she can execute it so beautifully, but
more
it
of that.
is
More
very
of
well executed.
yes,
Thank
indeed.
you, Doc.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so now to cocoa and chocolate. The
Yes.
president, as we all saw in that video, made that donation. What is the significance? Is it even important? Is it even worth talking about?
It is. I think that number one thing is that a narrative is being produced here, right, on the
Mhm,
international level, where in the past, Africa, and in this particular instance, Ghana and other African countries have been seen as those who are always on the receiving end, right? But in
mhm,
this instance, Ghana gets an opportunity and takes it to not be on the receiving end, but on the giving end,
mhm,
giving to support a people who are in need. So I think
mhm,
that is very significant in terms of the narrative.
mhm,
I think it's also significant in terms of the humanitarian aspect, right? We all have seen different, or I would say, opposing um, articulations being made regarding whether there is starvation in Gaza or not,
mhm,
right? And I think that by this donation, it is also an affirmation of the fact that the people of Ghana do see that there is hunger in Gaza and are concerned and are therefore making the
mhm,
donation in that regard. So, in those instances, I consider it to be a very significant gesture.
mhm. Doc, why chocolate? Why cocoa? Why not rice? Why not cassava? Why not corn? Why not beans?
Great question. I think that when you mention the name Ghana, and Ghana is known for on the international level some things. I mean, when we take sports aside, what comes to mind is chocolate or cocoa
Mhm,
products, right?
mhm,
So if you are going to offer something in terms of a food product, why not that? It's also a big advertisement, for
mhm,
Ghana. Oh,
mhm,
we knew that Ghana used to make chocolate, but we didn't even know they're still making it. But by this donation, we know that this is going on. And I think that the president also expressed a viewpoint, which I think is very important here. He said that it is symbolic also because cocoa represents the values,
mhm,
the character of the Ghanaian. And
mhm,
use some words. I believe he said something related to resilience,
and warmth.
warmth,
Mhm,
and also generosity,
mhm,
right? And so by this very act, he's also reiterating to the world the character of the Ghanaian as a resilient people, as a warm people, and also as a generous people who will not sit aside and not be concerned when other people are facing
mhm.
distressful situations.
I see. I'm sorry. Did you make the point
Yes,
or
sir. Yes, sir.
okay?
You
So
can
so
go.
let me stay there a little bit and let me play the advocate a little bit.
Sure.
So I've heard
I
some
like
say,
the way you said the advocate. You didn't use the other word.
nah. We're not playing no devils, no advocate. We can't advocate for no devil. We, we can only advocate for people who don't know and want to know. That's all we do.
For real. For real.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Prof. So what would you say to people who say that, to people who are under the kind of distress that the people of Gaza are in, cocoa, chocolate, it's not the first thing on their minds? They probably need something else. Not cocoa is, in our parts of the world, at least, a luxury, right? So I think people are looking at that as a luxury. Please respond to that for me.
Yeah, I think the president also responded to that by saying that cocoa is not simply a luxury, but actually a superfood. Something that when you eat, you are nourished with antioxidants. It's good for hypertension, which people who are going through stress may likely experience. There's a high iron content. There's magnesium. There are a whole lot of minerals and vitamins in cocoa that when you take it or when you eat it, is going to provide your body with. So we have to look beyond the perception of chocolate or cocoa products as luxury, and in this case, look at it as a very super nourishing food.
Exactly. And if you again look at it, it's actually a breakfast item also, right? Because if the children of Gaza could get a hot steaming cup of chocolate in the mornings,
absolutely,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, anyhow.
And then they can have chocolate snacks throughout the day.
That's right.
And that is providing their bodies with a very much needed nourishment.
That's right. Okay. Now the government threw in some PR or some advertising over there, the Golden Tree brand. Now, I walked into a store the other day in New York, and I saw that same thing here as well in Texas. But I walked into the store, I'm looking at the chocolate aisle, and then something catches my attention. There's a brand of chocolate called Ghana. Ghana. And it's made in, guess where? Japan. Okay, so now, do you see the president making an attempt to market something that's indigenous to us, and that we should actually be promoting, rather than leave Japanese and other people to name their chocolate brands after our country?
Absolutely. And my understanding also is that in Japan, when you mention the name Ghana, what everybody knows is chocolate. So which means that they are then taking that advantage of that name and using it to market their own brand of chocolate. So if they're doing that, why not us? Why can't we do the same? And I think that you're right. The president is cognizant of that, and is also making a bold move to market our indigenous brand of chocolate.
All right, thank you very much. Now there are people who have also said, and still playing the advocate, by the way. There are people who are also saying that Ghana is not in a good place too much like that. And here we are donating to another country. And same type of thing. What's your reaction to that, though?
Empire, so the thing is that that in itself is an undermining of our very Ghanaian values that the president spoke about. Because are you going to wait to have everything you need before you help a person in need? Then you will never help anybody. The generous characteristic feature of the Ghanaian is at play here. And are we going to wait to get everything we need before we say, okay, we are now in a position to make a donation to another group of people? No, that may never happen. Even the richest countries of the world don't have it like that. So no, I don't agree with that position. We cannot wait to say that we are in a very comfortable place before we make a donation. And in another, from another point of view, we do have cocoa, right? Cocoa is something that, even though in past years our production, went down a bit, I believe it's picking up now, and that is something that we do have in Ghana, and something that we can make a donation in that regard. And also, as you pointed out, it's also something that is reviving, is done. This is going to put on the world stage a revival of interest in Ghanaian cocoa. And recently, there has also been, if my understanding serves me right, an increment in the prices paid for cocoa to our farmers.
Yes.
That
Yes.
in itself should give our farmers
70%.
right a boost, right, to produce more. So all these things, I think that are all connected, and it's all for the good of the people of Ghana. So I would say to anybody who is waiting for Ghana to be super rich before they make a donation, I'll ask them if they'll help their mother or they'll help a friend if the friend is in need right now, and they may not be in the most comfortable position to do so. Are they still gonna step out of their comfort zone and try to help that friend, even though they may not be totally self-sufficient?
I see. No,
Yeah.
let's watch this other video. When we come back, I want you to please react to it.
Sure.
Let's go.
Gaza. I spent all my life in Gaza. I know my people. I know Gaza very well. And I know my people in the West Bank. Your Excellency President, ladies and gentlemen, my people, our children, our women in Gaza and the West Bank, they cannot forget this support. And all of us cannot imagine if our children, after close to 2 years now, did not have food, did not have water, don't have light, don't have medicine. If this chocolate arrive to Gaza, it will arrive. And our children only see the chocolate. You cannot imagine how much they will be happy. And you cannot imagine how much they will be more than happy when they eat it. Ghana all the time stands by the side of justice and human rights and the international law. I spent in Ghana 11 years now. I know the country very well. And all my friends, the Ghanaian people, know that my government, before 5 years, they asked me, if you like, he will remove you to another country. I told them, no, I want to continue here in Ghana.
Okay. Before you come in, I just want to make a quick note about what he just said. That it just goes to cement the point you were making about the warmth of the Ghanaian people, right? And that's what the ambassador there is talking about. Even before this gesture was made, he's already connected with the warmth of the Ghanaian people. He says for 11 years, they asked him if he wants to, for the past 5 years, they asked him if he wants to leave. And he says, no, I would rather stay in Ghana.
Right.
And I don't know if everybody catches it, but I catch the emotion with which he's speaking with.
True.
Notice that he grabbed the president's elbow and wouldn't let go. Like it's very, very emotional.
Right.
But let me have you react to this video for me, please.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right on the head. I mean, he is articulating an emotion here, and this emotion is directly tied to the warmth of the Ghanaian people that he has experienced. And that, even though I'm not speaking for him, I'll attempt to do so by saying that he now considers Ghana as at least a second home.
That's right.
And from which he's not willing to depart to any other location, even though those locations may, be more enticing. He has chosen to stay in Ghana. But I also think that he made points that are connected not just to the warmth of the Ghanaian people, but to the generosity of the Ghanaian people, and the impact that this is going to have on the people of Gaza, which I think he expressed very well. That first of all, before eating the products, the people are going to be very happy just knowing that
just to see it,
that some nation has thought about them and has made this donation. That's the first level of impact. And then the second level is going to be when they eat it. The joy that will emanate from them from eating this chocolate is something that we all have to behold. So, and he also connected that to something important, that is that Ghana has always stood for justice. Ghana has always stood for human rights, and Ghana has always stood for international law.
That's right.
And this is connected to the fact that from the 1960s, Ghana has been what we will call a non-aligned country. but that also, empowers Ghana to be able to take such decisions because we are not necessarily tied to anyone per se. So we should make a donation because we're not aligned, right? We
Yep.
can use this donation to articulate concerns related to international law, related to human rights, and also related to justice.
Speaking of non-aligned or non-alignment, what does this gesture say in regards to that? Because when I saw this thing, the very first question that came to my mind that I wanted to ask you is, what impact is it going to have in how the West sees Ghana? Because Gaza is a topic that almost nobody wants to touch in the diplomatic sense. Now, here's a government of Ghana who, by the way, in recent times have had a bit of rough edge, nudging with the U.S. government, for instance. And now here's Ghana saying we care about Gaza. Gaza is a topic we want to discuss, and we're going beyond discussing it by making this donation. How do you think the West, the United States, and the West in general are going to see Ghana after this gesture?
Well, I think that is also exactly why this donation was made, to reiterate to the world that we, as a Ghanaian nation, is non-aligned. We, as Kwame Nkrumah said, we face neither east nor west. We face forward, right? So by this demonstration, what is being also expressed here is that we are free to think the way we want to think, and we are free to donate food items to people in need if we so desire, and we don't have to kowtow to anybody's or any country's whims and caprices, so to speak.
I see. Doc, thank you so much. Before we go, final question. Some have also said,
Okay.
Ghana fauna omudia koko nankasakra no. Radio culture. I feel embarrassed asking this question, but please, let me play the advocate one last time before we go. I hear people saying that there are people in Ghana who grow cocoa all the time, who have not even tasted cocoa before, who haven't seen cocoa before, who don't have cocoa to drink on a regular basis or eat chocolate on a regular basis. But here is Ghana going to give cocoa and chocolate to another country. It's showboating. Is it showboating? What's your response to this?
Well, first of all, I think it's an exaggeration to say that, people in Ghana don't have means of, drinking hot chocolate or eating chocolate. Chocolate is on the streets of Ghana, everywhere you go.
In different forms.
In different forms, right? I mean, I don't know if it's still done, but I remember when we were kids, they used to, put the cocoa powder in a little plastic and just tie it. You can buy it for like,
that's right,
5 cents or whatever. Everybody, across the country,
50 pesos.
Yep.
Can
afford that if they so desire. I mean, cocoa drink is not considered to be a luxury. In fact, it is one of the breakfast foods that, if you're a little economically challenged, you can easily acquire and mix on hot chocolate and, take your bread and dip it in there and take some time, right? So I wouldn't consider it to be something out of the reach of cocoa farmers. I don't think so. And I think that sometimes when these things are said, they are only said as a way of opposing anything that a government may do that may be considered to be a positive gesture. This whole idea of dufiasa needs to be very much questioned, because the question is, where is your home? Is your home just limited to Ghana, or is your home Africa, or is your home the world? We need to assess that whole thing. But in light of that, though, I would like to also encourage the government of Ghana to, if they are thinking of making another donation, to also consider Sudan, which is, also facing a similar situation.
Wow, interesting. Dr. Kojo Oppong-Wadie, professor, author, and personal mentor. Thank you very much for making the time with us today. And God willing, you know what? Originally, when I when I thought of booking you for today, I was going to book you for a different topic. So I hope I can get you for that as well.
Okay.
That is the issue of xenophobia, which seems to be rearing its ugly head in Ghana.
Wow.
And we'll take the test case of the quote-unquote Igbo king.
Right.
I'm trying to get Rudolph Okonkwo, Nigerian satirist, on the case as well. And he's of Igbo extraction also. So
Okay.
I'm trying to get him, and then together we can have a more holistic discussion. So I'm hoping to see you, God willing, next week again for that subject.
All right. Anytime. So give thanks for having me as well. Much
Every time.
appreciated.
Thank you very much.
Blessed.
Dr. Oppong-Wadie for you. Thank you so much. Newsroom, take us on a commercial break. We'll be right back. Thank you, Dr. Oppong-Wadie.
Thank you.